Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the official podcast of the SBC, the Shower Brew Cast. I'm your co-host, Canadian Moose,
I'm Swagger.
and today we have a very special guest on the podcast. This guy is an absolutely incredible content creator who encompasses the definition of the grind, a guy whose upload schedule made the comeback of the season, and whose hard work has him nearly 40,000 followers on Twitch and YouTube combined. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Rectrixx.
Hello.
How's it going? So Rectrixx, thank you. We big vibing. Rectrixx,
The
thank you.
legend himself.
Rectrixx, we're honored to have you on the podcast today, my friend, and we're glad that you could make some time for us. So we really appreciate that. So how's it going, Rectrixx? What's new? What's new in the life of you?
Pretty much seen it all, dude. I'm always doing something in the realm of content creation. So if you see me
On that
streaming, if you
grind.
don't see me streaming, doing YouTube stuff. I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Probably sleeping. So
The grind don't stop, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, definitely like huge respect on the grind. Like you put in so much work, like on your videos and your streams, and it's always like, again, like I said, you've always got something going, always something on your mind. Like you said, even when you're not even recording or streaming, you usually plan. Like, I mean, last year you planned an entire Valorant tournament, which I thought was really impressive. So again, you've always just yeah. What was that like?
Yeah. I think it's just really hard to get people involved when there's not like a incentive.
Mhm.
Like our incentive was like people had to like pay for the incentive. So like you had to like it was a buy-in pretty
Yeah.
much. So it was like iffy, but I don't think I'll ever do one again, to be honest. It's too difficult.
Yeah.
Unless you have like a cash prize, just people don't want to be involved.
Yeah. It's like a lot of planning, especially when you have to deal with so many like other people's schedules.
Yeah, a lot of busy people.
Yeah, and just so it's something I wanted to make a note of here. We are a few members short right now, but one member of ours is at work and another member had a family thing to attend. So unfortunately, it's just Swagger and I, but we should be able to have quite the time, just the three of us.
Do I start off right off with the?
You want to get that one out of the way? You don't want to ease him into these.
Listen. I'm doing it.
He's
I'm sending it.
You'll get a good idea of Swagger's personality in about 2 seconds.
All right, so Rectrixx. I was trying to come up with some questions, and I just happened yesterday, right as trying to come up with questions, you uploaded a new video. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a watch. And there's one point that really stood out to me, and it's when you challenged the others to have sex on a leather. So have you taken on the challenge?
I have not. It's quite a difficult challenge though. So
It is.
So do you have any leather couches at home?
I was about to say that's.
I have one, but it's it's just shown off to everything. Like it's just like the most open concept room in the household.
Oh, so it's not a
I want to
safe
stay
place.
away from that.
Yeah.
No.
Or at least like install some handlebars or something so you have some grip. So are you worried about the slippage or like what are you worried
No,
about?
the
On a
No,
leather
you're
couch?
worried about
opposite.
sticking.
Oh, the sticking. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's gonna
You
be like a
ever
pop
sit in a
socket.
leather chair when
For
you
too
like
long?
don't have like a shirt on or something?
Yeah, okay, I could see that.
You literally feel your skin peeling from it.
I thought it was like the leather seats are too slippery and you're just gonna fall off and
No.
hurt somebody. It's the
The
opposite.
slightest movement, you're just stuck.
I agree. Okay, now I can see the argument. It was less of like a can you, it's like a would you.
Yeah, no, that's why it's the challenge. It's
Ah.
Plus,
difficult.
try setting a mood on a leather couch.
Exactly.
Hey, like just to like put your arm on her.
This bad boy can fit so many skin cells.
What an aphrodisiac that would be. Do you want to exfoliate real quick before we get going? Okay, so yeah, I mean, I thought it was funny because like just looking at our list of questions, you know, we remarked as before we started here. Swagger was like, I love how like all your questions are so professional, and then at the bottom it just says Swagger question, like
Rectrixx leather couch sex.
So very scuffed. Again, kind of glad we again we're establishing it from the beginning. But it was funny because we were like again just like looking for material for questions, so we were like looking at your Twitter and stuff, and again just like some of the shit you tweet out, man. It's just like some fun, like again
Symbol taken, cry.
like stuff like that, and then like again some of like the messages that you post when you go live are hilarious. Where it's just like if you see this, you legally have to, and like again like like in the part, like the part of my brain is like, shit, like I have to now, or like again, it's like, you know, if you see this, like watch it or I'll cry. It doesn't seem like it would work, but it's actually like good engagement because I'm like, shit, man, like
It's
that's
like those stupid things when you watch a YouTube video and it's like this or 7 years of bad luck, and it
yeah,
ends up
yeah,
being like the most liked video or whatever.
Damn,
yeah.
I've already had 20 years. I can't afford another 7.
Yeah.
But it's like
Even like fuckers on exam season, they're like retweet this for good grades, and then
yeah,
it ends up going viral and ends up in my feed, and I'm
yeah.
like, okay,
I look at those and I'm like, that's so stupid. Double tap.
yeah, it just preys on like superstitious people.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking on what we were saying, the links in your YouTube really just had us going because again you had like Twitter, Discord, Twitch, and then don't click on this winky face. And I was like, okay, like what's this? I thought it was like gonna link to like an OnlyFans or like you know, just a PNG, and it links back to your
Oh, isn't it?
YouTube.
Yeah.
And
It's just like-
I like openly laughed like audibly, and then Swagger did the exact same thing later because I was like, you got to check this out. So like when you first started YouTube, like what was the setup like? Like tell us a bit more about your origin story.
It was fucking dog shit. I didn't really have anything. I finally like ended up getting a capture card and a blue snowball, and I had you know those table chairs that you eat dinner on, the thing behind you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2 of those put together up against this dresser with a TV above it, and like wires everywhere.
Yeah.
That was my janky setup.
I
And
mean,
anytime I wanted to do like any audio things when it was late at night, because my snowball fucking sucked ass and picked up anything,
yeah.
I had to go all the way in the basement, and I had to like set it on like a cat house and do it there.
That's
And that's when I started.
That's I mean, it's innovative. I mean,
Oh,
like
yeah.
my setup was very similar. Like so when I first started, I was mainly like a console player. And so like same thing. Like I saved up money from refereeing to buy a capture card. Yeah, shout out to Elgato, by the way. But yeah, got the capture card. I didn't have a microphone for the longest time, so I used a Disney Sing It mic, which was a USB
Oh,
mic,
yeah.
right? So I just like plugged that in, and then like again,
Apparently
just
those
like
are decent though.
it worked for you know, as long as it did. And
I
then
know
like
Droid used to use one.
wow, okay,
Oh.
that surprises me. But like I like propped it up on like a speaker stand, and again just like sat in my chair and like tried to make, or like actually before that I used to do, before I got the capture card, I used to just like sit my phone up on a chair, point at the TV, and record it, which was absolutely terrible. But like that's what got me started to like editing videos and just like wanting to be able to do that.
Yeah, like back when like when first started, it was a bunch of like stupid like iPhone recording or like um just like shitty laptop stuff like on, you know, Minecraft. Like I was originally gonna make like a Minecraft channel.
Yeah.
That's where my first heart was, and then I spent 6 months making a Rocket League video, and I ended up here. First video took way too long.
My first few attempts at making videos were pretty. You guys thought you were bad. I would take one of those TV trays, put some like clothes or books on it, and I try to like prop up my phone against it to record the TV screen of me playing Little Big Planet. It was bad.
We've all been at that point where we're recording our TV.
I just imagine though, like you like prop you prop yourself in front of the camera, and then like every time to make like commentary, you just like turn back and look at the phone to like spit something out. But I mean, yeah, again, like it's interesting hearing like those origin stories, because obviously again you've come a very long way from that, and that was what you said 5 years ago.
Yeah, the setup was about like I got rid of the setup when I moved to PC, so like 2018.
Yeah. Okay. So
I've
you
had
wow.
the setup for about like three years.
So in 3 years, yeah, you've really made a lot of progress, man. It's insane. Because I remember I was telling Swagger earlier, like when I found you like a year ago. Again, that like the biggest meme that you had was like it was even on like your YouTube banner where it was like wackest upload schedule or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I was telling Swagger, like again, like I said in the intro, literally the comeback of the season. Because I mean, like again, when I first met you, it was like you yourself memed on your upload schedule, which I personally didn't think that bad, but obviously, again, it's a different situation.
That bad, bro. I was uploading like once every 4 months.
It was like a
I went
premiere.
to hibernation every time I uploaded.
That's me right now. Literally, I posted a video the other day, and that guy commented, It's been a long time.
It's like an oversimplified video. If you ever watch those, it's like they come out like every few months, but everyone's always hyped. Or a JonTron video. JonTron uploads like twice a year now, and it's like a
Yeah,
big
but
event.
he's chilling enough where he's fine.
Yeah.
There's like different degrees of it. If the video only takes you like a week to edit and upload,
Yeah.
then like it should take like a week to upload. But if it takes like a month, like like a Mr. Beast video, you can't expect him to pump that shit out weekly.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why his upload schedule is like monthly, or like even like other people. Like I feel like there's no real excuse to have my content taken a month. It's not really worth that long
Yeah.
of a wait. But some fuckers still are in my comments like, I forgot you even upload anymore. And it's been like 2 years since I've started uploading consistently. It's just
wow.
YouTube, like they just either move on or just sometimes forget.
I wanted to mention one of the comments we got on the last podcast video, which again, like the engagement on the podcast has been really great, guys. We can't thank you enough. But I just wanted to talk about this. So obviously last episode was Shadow's food reviews, in which our friend Shadow did a review of a specific type of gummies. And so we got a comment from, bear with me here, Toilet Bowl Food Reviews, saying, I enjoyed your review. Well done. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, that's right. I do food reviews while on the toilet. My brother does his foodie fashion shows on my channel also. He wears songs now. And like...
Did he say he wears songs?
Yeah. I immediately thought it was just somebody memeing, but no, this is a genuine channel where someone just reviews food while on the toilet.
Definitely a niche market.
Yeah, that's for sure. I don't think anyone's really touched on
that's
that
as niche as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really think it's as appetizing though.
Yeah.
Last time there was a food review was like that was 2 girls, 1 cup.
What? How is it like we've mentioned that twice in a 12-hour span? I really don't know that, Swagger.
I'm gonna admit I've never watched it.
Neither have I, and I thank God for that
Neither
every
have
day.
I.
Oh, okay, so we're all clean in the eyes
We're
of
all
God.
clean.
That's good. Good to hear.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I'll catch y'all on the
Yeah,
way to
no,
heaven.
curiosity didn't kill that much. I knew what happened. I didn't really care enough to watch it.
The mind filled in the blanks.
Yeah, I was gonna say I left imagination do the rest. So you're nearing 30K on YouTube. Like, how does that feel, especially after the amount of work that you put in the last year or two to really like get your content to a level where I would assume that you're pretty happy with?
Honestly, 30K has been taking like forever.
Yeah.
I hit 25K back in October of 2020, I think. It's just been like, it's been rough, like trying to get like subs on the channel. It's been
Yeah.
like the funny moments kind of content has been like in a giant shadow. So I've just been trying to figure out ways to level up my content so it stands out more
Yeah.
versus like the, I
Yeah.
feel like if you just keep uploading funny moments, you're always in the shadow of funny moments.
Yeah.
Not a lot of like
Yeah.
It's a saturated market, unfortunately.
super saturated unless you're like always in like videos with your friends, which every so often I am, but not every day.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to figure out how to like make it on your own in a way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what my main focus is now. 30. I don't really care about like the sub count. It's more like so like I'm just like focused more so on like getting higher views and getting like more
Engagement. Yeah.
what do you call it? More eyes on me, pretty much. Just
Yeah.
overall. So
Yeah,
but
it's like Twitch. I mean, like, sure, having like 40,000 like followers on Twitch would be great, but if only like you're getting like 10 viewers on average, then it's like
Yeah.
you might as well have 100 followers, right?
even like with YouTube, because I do like a lot of like research on YouTube and like a lot of like focusing on like the analytics side.
Yeah.
Even like views coming from like search directory are like pretty fucking ass
Yeah.
in terms of like anything. Like for smaller YouTubers, it helps a little bit, obviously, because anything's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But you pretty much like just want to be able to hit like the recommended. Like that's where like majority of the views will ever like come. Like even like notifications, like even like at my like stuff now, like I get like 66% from like browse features because people that are sub to me, like I'll end up in the recommended just because
Mhm.
they watch my content. But I only get like 16% of my views from like notifications, which
Yeah. Notifications is a joke, in my opinion. Like, I think we can all kind of agree that they don't work the way that you would hope they would.
no, I don't think you should like ever rely on them with like even Twitch. Twitch is fucking dog shit for
Yeah.
notifications. You kind of have to have like better like call to actions like with Discord or Twitter.
Yeah, for sure. Again, just driving up that engagement across a different number of different platforms. And I think it's interesting that you mentioned, again, the recommended section really does a lot, because in my experience on Twitch, the best times for me, like where I felt like I was having the most engagement and the most exposure, were like the couple times that I made it onto like Twitch's recommended, like on the front page. If you go to the front page, like there's a section which I really love. I love that they do this recommended small community streamer, and like the
They
couple
do
times
that?
that yeah they have like you can go there and just like look, and I think it's like I don't know what the bar is, but you go there and it's like usually people anywhere between like 30 to
Oh,
like
okay.
10 or whatever. Yeah. It's like the couple of times that I was there, really like inflated things and like really drummed up the exposure. Um, so again, I think that like getting on the recommended is like the ideal situation as far as exposure goes. Which I love that Twitch does that they have an entire section where they highlight that. I wish YouTube kind of did something similar. Um,
I
but
think they did. They had like a Creator on the Rise program.
oh really?
Yeah, but they only like gave it to like I don't know. It was pretty like busted. Like Creator on the Rise was like for people like proper sub
Yeah,
counts that were probably already monetized.
yeah,
I think there's just too many like there's too many like creators that flood the platform that like aren't good people. So
yeah,
like I'm pretty sure YouTube's pretty mindful of that. There's a lot of like people that just see the money and they try
yeah,
to start right away, try to make like quick money. Be like, oh okay, like Mr. Beast is making X amount of money. You know, he's able to give away an island.
yeah.
So let me start my YouTube channel. I'd rather be the less of those people, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because there's a streamer that we know. His name's Bearded Boy, which we'll get him on the podcast, guys. Don't worry. He's somebody again is very much like again always looking at the analytics. Like he's always like reaching out to me and be like, "Yo, dude, like you need to do this with your stream because this is like what's trending right now on Twitch." Or like he's always like looking at the analytics. And there's a website, a great website that he showed me. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it shows you like
Is
your.
that a Twitch strike thing?
I think so, yeah. Where it's like it shows you like how you've been doing monthly or like weekly or like what's your if your
Oh wait,
searches are
no,
up.
it's probably like
I'd have to
yeah.
ask him. I'll send it to you when I find out.
I have like 4 of them
Oh, okay, so then never mind.
bookmarked.
But again, like so he's somebody who's like, if I ever like decide to rebrand one day, so his name on Twitch is Bearded Boy, and he's just like, okay, now if I ever one day decide to shave my beard and become Beardless Boy, I'll make a channel. So he's made like 6 Twitch channels where it's like Beardless Boy, Boomer Boy, like all the like
Oh,
enterprises that he thinks that might involve him at some point. He's already like trademarked and got on the go. It kind of makes sense though, because I mean, like I think we live now in the age of like it's hard to make an original username unless like you've already got something predetermined. Like for me, Real Canadian Moose, as much as I'd like to believe it, it's not really that original. It was only supposed to be Canadian Moose, but then again, somebody clearly already had Canadian Moose on Twitch, so I had to put Real Canadian Moose. I wish things were different, but although apparently though, like Childish Gambino and Post Malone made up their names in like a generator.
yeah, same here.
Oh really?
Nice.
Huh. I was gonna ask you like, how'd you think of Rectrixx? So you just put it in our generator and you just
There was like this one site. I don't even know what the site is anymore. It was like you pick like what you wanted it to start with, like what letter you wanted to start with.
yeah.
So I picked like all like the common letters like A, S, T, R, M, L, and then they give you like a whole page like of like 150 names,
Mhm.
and the only one that landed or like stood out was the one that I like Rectrixx, but I only had one X, and when I was still on cons at the time, one X was taken, so I just added another X.
I like it.
I raised
Nothing
you
like
one
special
X.
from it.
I mean, you say it up, and now here you are.
Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. It's a little banger
Still a
name.
mouthful for some.
Resh. Well,
Yep. Anytime someone's
Totally.
spelling it too, they either forget the C or they just fucking have like a heart attack on the last couple letters. It's never I never find people consistently spelling my name right.
Constantly putting too many X's, just can't stop.
Yeah. So I'm saying if I ever want to rebrand, just one more X and I'm a fucking porn
I was
channel.
just about to say Rectrixx After Hour, Rectrixx XXX.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. So there you go, dude. Pull the Bearded
Maybe
Boy
throw
plate.
in 1 or 2 before, and you become like a face channel.
Yeah.
Since we're already on the topic of streamers and all that, I'm gonna go with one that Moose probably wasn't expecting to already pop up. But what are your thoughts on hot tub streams?
I actually did think about that.
I mean, I'm pretty indifferent about them. Like now that they have their own category, it's definitely better because they'll
Mhm.
probably like
Yeah.
reduce ads and like they can like concentrate like ads that go there. I think it was a problem when they didn't have a category and they were like on the main thing because if advertisers don't want to give ads to them, then it ends up affecting everyone, and then that affects Twitch's funding, and then it's Amazon. So
Yeah.
I mean, people are always pushing TOS to the very, very limit, and like the TOS is basically you can pretty much be as like close to naked as possible as long as you're in a body of water. So hot tub streamers basically just got a kiddie pool, put
Yeah.
their ankles in it only because that's enough to be in the pool,
Yeah.
and then they just are just standing there and
Yeah.
they'll do whatever they do, which is chase your bag however you want to, but
Yeah.
they're pretty much just pushing TOS to the very limit, and I'm glad they at least like took
Some
note
sort
of
of
it.
action on it. Yeah.
Dude, there are some people that are just like, you mean I can wear even less clothes
Yeah.
and make more money?
So no Rectrixx hot tub stream anytime soon?
I thought about doing one as a meme,
So did
but
I.
I can't do one when I'm still at home. Like I'd have to move out, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
not happening.
I'm gonna get like a one of those Tupperware boxes filled up with water. Put my big toe in there.
Someone did a hot tub stream in a bucket.
Oh hell yeah!
So sort of a follow-up question to that would be like, you've been creating for obviously quite some time. Like, what inspired you to do content creation, or like if there was a specific person that inspired you, or your style or your process of how you go about things?
It was more so of like you watch other people, like you watch when I was younger, I watched YouTube like every day. I was
Yeah.
watching fucking everything under the sun, mostly like Minecraft content, which is why I wanted to start a Minecraft channel at the beginning. But it's pretty much like you're watching a bunch of people make this content and you're like, damn, like why can I do it? It looks
Yeah.
fun. And then, once you get like the equipment like necessary, you kind of just start. And the Minecraft stuff, I used to watch like a lot of like, it was called like a Minecraft server. It was full of like a bunch of like creators like Etho.
Yeah.
I think Good like made this server, like a bunch of them. I watched them when I was younger. But like the main people that inspired me to do like funny moments content was probably the crew, Fitz and Smitty. It's like those were the people I used to watch like the most. The crew I watched when I was younger. I used to watch Speedy like all the time. And Fitz and Smitty, I just like as I like grew up, I like watched them a lot more because they had more like
Mature content.
Yeah. So they definitely like gave me like the inspiration to like start making the same content as them, or even inspired like my editing style as well.
Yeah.
But watching like it's basically just you watch other people do it, and like you like look at yourself every day playing games and like cracking jokes and stuff like that. So you're like, why not try it out? And that's pretty much how it began.
Nice. Yeah, I think like again, very similar to like for me, like again, I started off just like watching again like YouTube almost every day. Like I watched like Jacksepticeye, obviously like the Vanoss crew was a really big influence for me. So like watching them almost every day, again, it kind of became this thing of like, well, like I want to be able to do that. And again, like as I got older as well, like Smitty, Fitz became like, again like the Misfits became like, again, they still are like, again, huge influence on myself and like our crew's content in that like
I can't watch them anymore.
Yes, Swagger can't watch them because
oh, I literally cannot watch the Misfits anymore because I'm known as Swagger in the community, and the reason why is because I can do a Swagger impersonation. So whenever I start talking like this, I start getting called Swagger. It gets in my mindset. So whenever I'm watching them play, I'm like, hey, it's me. And it's just really weird disconnect. And it's hard to get in that mindset.
Yeah. I mean, I only really watched Fitz's videos, to be completely honest. Like once Fitz stopped uploading, I didn't really watch the Misfits anymore.
Or I mean, like even there's been some times like again like Swagger, I don't even think like I'll like message Swagger if he wants to play games, and he'd be like, no, sorry, like I'm going to sleep, and then I'll like see Swagger Souls goes live with Tarkov. I'm like, that son of a bitch. I'm like, wait a second, that's not my Swagger.
Not my Swagger.
But yeah, like again, the start of like influence, and then like after I started creating, I put a bit more of a bigger emphasis on like smaller streamers, like still like high quality content, but still like smaller streamers, and that's when I started watching like Blarg, like when Blarg first started out. Like I was watching a lot of Blarg, and like, we used to talk quite a bit. Like he used to critique a lot of my videos because he used to be an editor for Cryos, and I wanted to get like his advice on what I could do to improve. And then through Blarg, I met do you know Narwhal? Yeah, so I met Narwhal through Blarg, and so Narwhal sat down with me one day because I was like, yo, because obviously he was an editor.
Yeah, he's good at editing.
Yeah, so I was like, I feel like my videos aren't high enough resolution quality. Like, what can I do? And so he sat me down one day and like on Discord, and we like talked about I use Sony Vegas Pro, which is like some pretty old school stuff. And so he was like sitting me down like like what was the best render quality and settings and stuff to use. And I feel like that made like a significant difference on the quality. And again, it was just like fun to like support and like smaller streamers. And like again, when I first met Blarg, I think he was like maybe at 2K subs on YouTube, and now I mean he's blown up at like 50K or something like that. Or is it 500K? I don't remember. I think it's 500, right? Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds kind of
Almost
small.
at 500K.
Yeah, I dropped an O on that one, but it's great to see. I mean, because again, like Blarg works really hard on his content. It's just good to see like hardworking people who deserve exposure getting exposure. And again, I'm starting to see that with yourself as well, which is good to see.
Blarg is really a great guy. He still helps me out.
Yeah.
I message him like now and then, even like with like financial shit, because it's different in Canada. So it's been like pretty cool overall. Even like the fact that he's grown a shit ton and he's like obviously got a busier schedule.
Yeah.
Still pretty helpful.
No, Blarg's a really cool dude. Like I remember like when I first started talking to him, it was like very surprising, I guess, that like somebody like didn't know me, but was like again a big creator in my eyes. Again, even at that point, would like take a second to reply back to me. So that like really went a long way with me in like my perception of Blarg. Like I really valued that, and I'm happier than ever to see him succeed as he is. Plus, he's a fellow Canuck, fellow Ontarioan, represent.
Only like a handful of us.
There really is. Like again, like between you, Blarg, and Maz, I've met like literally 2 other like Ontario streamers. Like in my 3 years.
Like, I think I only know like 3 of them.
Yeah.
4 of them.
Yeah. You know, a lot of us here, we have our own favorite moments, especially in like recent times. You know, just creating content, whether it's live or not. What was your favorite moment with like recording that you had fun recording, or even just like hanging out with some of the guys that you record with?
I think the drunk Discord nights are probably like my favorite. Although those like rarely happen now.
Yeah.
But when they used to happen like a shit ton, those were like really fun because we would just like get shit faced and then have fun, like play games and like chat.
Yeah.
Shit.
Those videos
Hell yeah.
were hilarious, dude. Like
yeah, they were definitely fun to do.
Yeah.
They get to like everyone has like their drunk phases. So like now like people get like drunk and then they're like, oh shit, dude, I'm depressed. And then like, you know, everyone has like their own like little phase.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have just been like staying away from the alcohol side of things. But those were definitely like the more fun side of content, because anything drunk is always better, because drunk just means no filter.
Yeah.
You don't really have a filter on yourself. So that was definitely probably like the most fun content that I've produced, but kind of like stepped away from like the Discord side of things now.
I definitely like really love, like we haven't done it in a long time, but I definitely love like when we did make the Discord. I'm hoping to go back, but when we did make the Discord videos, like it was so much fun. Again, like it's just
crashed a plane.
It's just like it's such a unique, out of context, that sounds bad, but like it's just a fun and unique like form of content, I suppose, like in that, like again, there's no game. It's literally just solely dependent on you as the person, and like the group dynamic, and like again just like it's on you, like it's all on you, which I think is just an interesting dynamic and a lot of fun. And we had 2 different Discord series. We had like Discord funny moments where we would all just hop in a call. I would create like a predetermined topic beforehand, so we weren't just all sitting there, and then you know we just kind of record what we would talk about at that. And then we had a second section of videos, which was like the Discord skits. Those were a lot of fun to make, because we would come in with an idea and then we would sort of like on the spot like improv a script, or like improv the skit, and it was just like it was fun because like again what we love about our crew is that like the dynamic and just like the chemistry, because we've all known each other for like over 2 years now. So like I can make a joke and like Swagger will jump off of it like already thinking what I'm thinking, which is it was just like a lot of fun and like a unique form of content.
It reminded me of Moose and I were literally in a call one night, not even recording anything, and we came up with the whole like idea of what would happen if we went to like TwitchCon, of me getting like dressed up in a crab suit, playing Crab Raven, and getting clotheslined by a security guard. And it just kept on getting worse and worse.
Yeah, like we literally spent like an hour just divulging into this fictitious situation, and the amount of times where we're just like sitting late night at a Discord call, talking some dumb shit, and then just afterwards be like, man, why were we not recording?
Yeah, Discord content's always
that was pretty good.
Great.
So obviously, a few months back, you guys had a huge session, which like featured a lot of streamers that I knew, including Rillo, which I thought was cool. Actually, how did you get to meet Rillo?
Puffer,
Oh,
I think.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because I was like sitting there, one day, I was like, wait, Rillo and because like I knew you guys separately, and then it was like crazy like seeing you guys like together. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, it was kind of just like I think I met him through Puffer, and then we just like exchanged DMs with each other and like chatted a bunch, got to know each other more, and then
Yeah, he's a
got
nice
closer.
guy. Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy.
Yeah, like yeah, I remember like I'd love to get him on the podcast too, but I remember he was like, I asked him one day, I was like, so like, what's some advice that you could have, for somebody who like wants to make the push for partner? And he like sat me down and was just like, yeah, like this is what you got to do, and provided me like a lot of really helpful tips, which I thought was really great. And again, it's just cool to see someone who could easily just blow me off and be like, whatever, dude, like I don't need to help you out. Like, but he did, and like sat down and was like, telling me about this stuff, which I think is really cool, and I really respect that. So obviously in that session, Baby No Money was in the session. Like, what was that like?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like, how did that come about?
Honestly, like it's gotten to the point for me where I've been around like so many people with like, and not even like as like an ego thing. Like it's just been like, especially with Among Us and like other like even like the Pixelmon server that I ended up being on for a little bit.
Yeah.
You end up just being like around people that you don't even know are like huge. Like I've been like Among Us sessions where I'm like, oh hey man, nice to meet you, and then like I search up his name because my chat's like freaking out, and then they'll have like 12 million subs, and I'm like, oh
And
okay, cool.
you're like, oh,
Like yeah, like I wouldn't even like know. Like even
don't kill
like
this guy.
yeah, and even when we are on the Pixelmon server, like there's this her name was like Amphmao or something like that, and she was new. So like anytime like someone was new to the server, like my way of like just networking was like getting it, like just helping them out, give them like a flying Pokemon to make their life easier, give them like some like starting stuff.
Yeah.
My whole chat's like freaking out, being like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like how do you not know who this is? And I'm like, I don't watch my, I don't know, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
Then I'll search up their name, and they have like 11, and she had like 11 million subs, and she's like
Jeez.
always trending every time she uploads a video.
Jeez.
And
Oh,
I'm just like, shit, I didn't even fucking know she existed. But
Crazy.
it's definitely like it's gotten to like it gets to a point where the number just doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like even like when I like play with like when I first met Smitty too, it was just like I've already played with like people like of like similar sizes to the point where it's like you don't geek out that this guy's got like blank amount of subscribers. You're just like you just go for a good time.
Yeah.
And that definitely makes this the session more comfortable for both ends. Because if you like start like fangirling over it, then like sometimes the creator feels uncomfortable because they're
Yeah.
like trying to have like a fun session, and then all of a sudden like you're just like, oh my god, like I can't believe I'm playing with blank. But yeah, no, it was fun to play with Baby No Money. It was definitely like a surprise when it happened. He made the session to funny enough
Yeah.
because we all had like it was Puffer's Among Us server. He had like a private Among Us server, and Baby No Money was in there with like and Young Gravy too.
Hmm.
And Baby No Money's like, I want to make a session, and I was just like, shit, sure.
That's sick.
And then yeah,
Hell
no, it
yeah.
was definitely fun to play with him.
No, it's like it's a good point you make again, like about like engaging or interacting with like a smaller or like a larger creator, and again like the fanboying or the fangirling, like it breaks the immersion when they're just like, oh my god, like being completely honest with you, like before we got you in here, like Swagger and I were like, oh shit, we're kind of nervous because like we've never like really like hung out with somebody like of your size, so we were like, oh shit, like we're kind of nervous, we're like really excited, but like we put it all to bed because we didn't want to make it awkward, and again like it improves the dialogue, it improves the flow, and like I would hope that we haven't made you uncomfortable, maybe Swagger a few
No,
times,
yeah.
but Swagger makes me uncomfortable, so it rotates, it's fine.
Nah, it's just simply like how it is with like bigger creators. Like they just want to be treated like people at the end of the day. So
Yeah,
as long
again,
as you
like
like treat them like a normal person,
exactly, yeah,
you like don't put their numbers like above their head and
yeah. At the end of the day,
have a
everyone's a
genuine
person.
conversation.
And I think honestly it works both ways. It's not a good idea, or at least it's not a good place starter to, pump up somebody or put them up on a platform because they're a higher number. And similarly, it's not good to like talk down to a smaller creator because they're a smaller creator, right? And like it devalues the person, based on a number, right? So I think that's a good point you brought up.
Numbers be what? Yo, it's just a number though.
Yeah. What do the numbers mean, Swagger?
What do they mean?
There's a lot of people out there that value too much numbers.
Oh yeah, and I mean I think there's a difference between like overvaluing numbers, but like doing what you do and like watching the analytics. Because you don't watch the analytics because you're just like, oh, like you're watching them because you want to see how you can do better or how you can improve something that you're passionate about, not because you're trying to
Yeah.
like, like watch your, you're trying to like fix your ego or something or other, right? Like,
Yeah, more so the people that just ego you because you have like a small sub count or some shit like that.
yeah, like again, like for me, it's like I don't care if you have like 50, and I don't mean any disrespect to anybody in the crew, but like there's a lot of people in the crew that have a small follow count, and again, no disrespect, but again,
Hey.
we bring them into the crew because it's like our group, the SBC here, it's like friends first, right? So we care more about like the person and like what they mean as a friend as opposed to the follow count.
I wasn't even a streamer when
Yeah.
I met them.
Yeah.
I like uploaded occasionally on YouTube, and they got me into Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, even like Redneck hasn't streamed in forever because he moved to a place where there's not really great internet, so he
He's
just
got dial-up,
yeah,
basically.
so he basically doesn't stream anymore. But like that doesn't stop us from having him in the crew because I wouldn't ever want him to leave because he's a valued friend. Just putting too much stock into numbers is kind of a bad way to get yourself on Twitch, I think.
I think those are just people you end up like always want to stay away from too.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if like they treat you like you're a number.
Dude,
Like, they
we've
wanna
had
stay away from
experience
them.
with people like those, and
Yeah.
it's never a fun time.
But it's also like really obvious.
Yeah, you never end up dealing with them.
Yeah.
They're always gonna be there.
Like I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I like look at somebody and like known them for a long time, and then after years like they surprised me because they were only there for the clout chasing, right? Like basically like if someone is clout chasing me, which I think is kind of ridiculous for me to say because I don't think I really have any clout, but like when they do, it's so blatantly obvious in like the way they talk to me and like in the way they engage with the community, and it's just very obvious that they're there for one reason and one reason only. It's not to get too close to me because they want to be a friend. It's they want to get close to me because they like want to raid or they want they want to put my name in the description, or you know what I mean. And I'm sure with you Rectrixx it's inflated way more with that.
I mean, yeah, once you know like anyone like bigger than you, that's just they always go for like the more accessible people, which I end up having like less respect for those people.
Yeah, for sure.
As soon as like I get a message like, "Hey, can you pass this on to blank?" I'm instantly
No.
I hate those people.
So you've actually had people come up to you and be like, "Yo, can you send a message to like X streamer that you know?"
Yeah, plenty of times.
Really?
I literally like have people like in my DMs all the time being like, "Hey, so like I know you know Grizzy, can you like pass this on to him, or can you ask him like this?" Or
See,
someone like told me like a joke, and they're like, "I think this joke I think Blarg would love this joke. Can you tell this joke to Blarg?" And I'm just like, "No."
and
That's
see,
a damn
unfortunately,
shame.
like that's why a lot of like bigger creators block their DMs off to people because like that's literally all they get all the time.
I feel like I don't deal with it enough for like I deal with it every now and then. 90% of the time I just ignore them. So
Yeah.
it's not really a problem. But I mean, I'd rather just keep them. I'm not big enough to the point where like those things are like they don't effectively bother me.
Yeah. But again, it's just like it's such a very devaluing thing to be like, hi, I am also here. I am also a person. You maybe want to like talk to me as opposed to using me as like a vessel to communicate with someone cooler. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, no, it doesn't really like. I've kind of like gotten used to it. I can pretty much tell like on the dot when people are like going for something kind of sketchy.
I mean,
same reason why I don't answer leading questions on DMs.
Yeah.
Anytime someone says, "Can I ask you a question?" I never open it.
You already
like,
did check.
If you had a genuine question, you would probably already ask
Belt it out, yeah.
You're gonna end up like me opening your DMs, and then you're gonna be able to DM me whenever you want.
Yeah.
It's gonna get super annoying. So, I never answer leading DMs.
Yeah. Again, like we want to get to know the man behind the polar bear. You know what I mean? Like you want to get to know that because it's a fun time. You know, because again, like when I first started talking to you, I wanted to make sure that it didn't come off as like me, like, oh my god, you're Rectrixx, you're you know, like I wanted to make sure that I was like getting to know you as a person, and like because that's what I value.
That's why you started talking about spoil me right off the bat.
Yeah, that's a good icebreaker, right? I value talking to you because like not only are you like a really cool dude, but like you're also like a streamer in my area, which I think is like unique and cool. And again, like you help a lot, like you give a lot of good advice, and you're very supportive. of a lot of creators, which I think is really awesome.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that much about you personally. Just like just because I don't watch a lot of YouTube. Well, I watch very few things on YouTube and all that, but like I checked you out, and I wasn't expecting you to be as analytical and all that as you have been. Like it's been a really it's been more of a delve in, and it's cool. It's cool to see.
Yeah, that's pretty much like I watch a lot of like informational shit about like YouTube and Twitch because it's just I feel like it's just always good to know,
Yeah,
even if it's
Yeah,
like the
I mean,
smallest like thing you could take from it.
yeah.
So
it's part of your job now, you know,
But
and it's something that
yeah,
you're passionate about.
this is kind of counterproductive to the previous thing we were talking about. But I think it's always a fun thing because somebody asked us this. Not last podcast episode, but the last one. So Sean asked us who would be like the dream creator to like collaborate with. Who would it be, and why?
like a one and done thing.
No, like a consistent thing. Like so, like you have like one opportunity to like start a recording, maybe like like a relationship or like you know what I mean?
Probably Wildcat. I think
Yeah,
Wildcat's a great guy.
yeah,
He's got a lot of like he's got a lot of value in this stuff. Like everyone that I've known that's known Wildcat, just like he knows a lot of shit. He's been in the industry for like almost like 10+ years.
yeah,
He's got like his own brand. He's got like a bunch of like a very smart guy and he knows what he's doing.
yeah,
So I definitely think he has like a lot of value. And like on the YouTube side of things, on the streaming side of things, probably like Ludwig. Ludwig has like a lot of value as well. And he's
yeah.
super interesting. I've been like, you know,
He popped out like
I always
nowhere.
deep dive a shit ton of his content because he's super like interesting and he's got like a he's pretty calculated with like his moves. Like he knows what he's doing. Um, watching like him like come up and like go from like kind of like nothing to something. When he went from being fired at Snapchat to saying like I'm gonna try Twitch, and in 3 years became like the most sub Twitch streamer on the whole platform.
Yeah, he really
Yeah,
he came out of nowhere, but I think it again kind of he did a lot of unique content. Like when I like first saw his like 30 day like his for 30-day subathon, I was like, shit, no one has ever done that before. It's gonna put your name out there a lot. I mean, at that point he was already pretty big, but again, it's just like
Yeah.
very unique content. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, he definitely has like a lot of value in his content. He's super interesting.
yeah,
He's more analytical than me, honestly. He has like he has a spreadsheet on Excel where
Yeah.
he puts every video he uploads in there with how many views it gets in like a week. He compares it to like the average view count and he puts it in a category of like let's say it's like a just chatting video or it's a game video or it's a challenge video or a girlfriend video. He'll categorize it all and he'll like compare it with like other videos in that category
And just see
to see if
what's
it hits
what's
on
working.
average with those or if
Yeah.
it hits on average with like the average channel, you know.
Hmm.
That's how he
That's
tells if he has a good video or not.
I
pretty
like that.
smart. Again, you have to be innovative. You have to figure out ways to stay at the top and to
Yeah.
keep what's working, right?
No, he's a smart guy. But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he did a bunch of like analytical shit at Snapchat. I'm not sure what he did there, but
Yeah.
probably carried over.
This is something that people have really been able to do recently with world events. But what was the best part about meeting up with all your friends at PAX and all that? Like any like funny things that like happened that you don't want to share anything, because world's gonna be opening up again in not too long, and just
I
be
think
fun to share some experience.
I was very reserved before I like went to PAX. I was very like kind of like shy, didn't really like come out of my shell much. Um so PAX is definitely a good way to like force me out of my shell and get to like get closer with a bunch of like the people that I know. And it definitely helped a shit ton. Like a bunch of us got like really close with each other. Um it's definitely really fun. Just being able to like party with them as well and like
Yeah.
vibe with them, you know, go to the event together, go, you know, walks, shopping, yada 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 together. Um, I got picked up a lot though. There's a lot of tall people there, and I was like one of the smaller
I
ones.
saw a few of the pictures. I was like, "Eesh."
Yeah, a lot of people wanted to pick me up. I don't know why. It's just that's what happened. But no, it's just super fun because it allowed me to get out of my shell, get closer with like a lot of the people that like I like kind of like faintly knew.
Mhm.
Um, That's kind of like when like the consistently started for me too, because a lot of us are saying like if we want to be able to enjoy like another pack skin, like we have to kind of like grind for it.
Yeah,
Being able to do this like as a living, you kind of just have to work for it. So
for sure.
um, ever since like PAX, that's when I started being consistent on YouTube and Twitch. Like that's like what kicked it off. was PAX. That's when like the full like motivation kicked in to like start working harder.
Yeah.
And then I did like the whole like one video a week for 2020. And then once 2021 hit, I told myself I'm gonna try to do 2 videos a week, which we've kept up for 6 months so far.
Nice.
Pretty good record.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're looking at, like, as a crew, we've been trying to like plan and look at like doing the same thing, just like meeting up, and it would be great if like similarly we could all have like that like sort of an aha moment of just like, man, like if we want to be able to do this, like actually we got to put in the work, because like, and not to pump our tires too much, but like I do think that like as a crew we have like the good amount of energy, good intentions, and like the start of a good community to like not make it, but like at least generate some sort of interest. And so like it would be cool if like those, like, to do those trips and again like just experience the same things that you experienced, of like being able to have fun with people that you've like known for either a short amount of time or a long time, and just like have those memories as well, that we're really looking forward to, you know.
Yeah, no, it's always great like meeting with the friends. It's definitely motivating as well because
Yeah.
the bigger guys always kind of give you like a lot of people were like, it was just easier to just chat with people.
Mhm.
It's always like nice when you're at a party and you know every single person in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like there's no like short of a conversation. You can go like chat with like, like we were chatting with like the EU boys, and then you could go like have a YouTube conversation with Matt, and then you could like go outside and like you'd see like just Grizzy and like Puffer, and then you just talk to like anyone. Like there was no short of conversations, so it was
Yeah.
definitely fun.
That's cool.
And that's what definitely made it better because everyone was just a social butterfly. No one was really like introverted there.
Speaking of PAX, I know I mentioned this to you in the past, but when we go to PAX, wherever the hell that is, or not PAX, sorry, TwitchCon, our plan is to host a big ass party.
Mm-hmm.
You're obviously welcome if you'd
You
like
are
to join.
cordially invited.
This is our evite, and then we're gonna be having like a big like streamer beer pong tournament. So I think the plan is to like everyone throws in like $10-20 and like the winning team gets the pot. We're gonna have like this like March Madness
They also
bracket.
get all the money.
But we have like the March Madness like bracket of like of people. So any interest in participating in that?
I mean, yeah, sounds cool. You just gotta watch out for the fucking Australians, bro. They're fucking nuts.
Yeah.
When we played like beer pong at like our packs, the fucking Australians just don't miss.
It's the upside down part, you know. They're working with the
Yeah, they're
gravity.
just used to it, bro. It was Jesse and Cheesy though. Like they're full like party like addicts, so
Yeah.
they like just swept the floor with everyone.
So then I guess like a follow-up question to that would be, who would be your partner? Like in an ideal, like you roll up to like the SBC TwitchCon party and you're like you got your partner right here. Insert partner here.
Probably Quentin.
Yeah.
Supreme Brick. He's also really good at beer pong, so I'll just snag him. I would say Jeff, but honestly, Jeff's just bad at everything.
True recruiting. Poor Jeff, man.
Can't rely on him.
Dude, man can't eat anything either. Like
He's probably allergic to ping pong balls.
Yeah,
At this point too.
the world plays such a cruel joke on Jeff. Like I remember like talking to him and he's just like, nope, can't eat this, can't eat that, can't. I'm like, dude, what do you mean? He's like, I can't go outside, the pollen's too high. I was like, Jeff, what are you doing, man?
His like allergy like list is like
It's
7
so
pages.
long. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I don't know how he can eat.
He can't read it though. He's allergic to the paper.
Yeah.
He's also dyslexic.
Really?
Oh no.
Yeah.
So he can't read the paper.
Life played a real cruel joke on Jeff, but you know what? Jeff's a good sport about it. Like I don't think I've ever seen Jeff not smiling, which is, it's great to see. Going to Jeff's streams, he's always vibing, he's always bopping his head, he's always moving and grooving, and it's great to see. And he also like quit his job recently as well to like pursue streaming a bit more consistently, I'm pretty sure. Which I'm glad, because his job sounded like just a terrible affair. He worked at like an old folks home
definitely wasn't.
or something like that.
Yeah, he wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah.
I mean, most of us kind of like quit. I had a job too with like my uncle. I quit as well, but I still do editing.
You were working like landscaping or something, weren't you? Or like construction?
No, it's fucking ass. Construction. It's too much like heavy like labor, and like I would be there from 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. just doing like a bunch of stupid shit. So
Yeah.
I just wasn't having it. I
Yeah.
wasn't even making enough either, which my uncle was paying me, so I wasn't expecting to like make like, you know,
Yeah.
a great salary, but it definitely wasn't making enough for me to like want to be there.
Yeah.
He keeps telling me to come back, but I just don't want to. Editing
Sorry.
commissions is probably more fun for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah. You do editing commissions, so maybe so like what's that like for you? Because I remember like I mean, how much of the do you still do? Because I remember when I was talking to you a few months back, you were like trying to balance a lot of like your schedule, but also like doing a lot of stuff on Fiverr.
I have 2 clients. Just do editing for 2 people.
Is that so? Is
It's
that
more than enough.
consistent?
Yeah.
Is that like so? Those are consistent clients?
One of them's super consistent, and one of them's like more so part time.
Hmm. That's
It was
interesting.
it was more previously, but the lead editor just like had like a fucking stroke of like crack. Honestly, he just wanted to edit. He just wanted like I think he wants to move out, so he's just
Mm,
grinding so
yeah.
that he wants more videos. And I was like, I'm not gonna complain if I get less videos because it
Yeah.
just allows me to focus on my stuff more.
Yeah.
So I'm just like in the loop, and then whenever the guy needs a break, he'll send like a video or two my way, and I'll just edit those. But I'm not like doing like I used to do like 2 to 3 videos a week for them,
Mm-hmm.
but now I do like 2 videos a month, which is it's more than enough.
Because
Surprisingly enough, like majority of the content hub edits for people.
really, huh? Interesting.
Even like Ash and Tux used to edit for Marcel as well.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a
Pretty
bunch of people that
awesome.
used to edit for others. It's
That's
just like not usually like broadcasted because it's not really like a
yeah,
it's not really like a flex factor. Like,
yeah,
oh, I used to work for Blink, so most
yeah.
people just like kind of work in the shadows, and
Dude,
when
yeah.
they're done, you probably figure it out. But even then,
In passing, yeah.
depends.
That's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's how majority of the homies make like money on the side,
Yeah,
just
side
working for
hustle.
like others. Even
Yeah.
like Chrome's does a lot of work for Grizzy.
Hmm. And it's also just again, it's a wealth of knowledge to be able to draw on. You know, like you could ask a
Yeah, being able
question.
to adapt styles helps, and
Yeah,
then also just learning from like, you know, how someone wants something, kind of like can instill into your own content. Yeah, editing style always adapts. Like
yeah,
my editing from like 2 months ago is probably, it's different from.
yeah.
I'm even changing it up now. Last video I did, I changed it up a little bit.
And I think it's again, it's a good way of keeping it fresh. Like I remember talking to Maz and asking him, I was like, "Yo, what do you think of this video?" And like again, he gave me like a rundown. And again, I appreciated it because like, and same thing with Blarg as well. They didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. And like before like Maz gave me his advice, he was just like, "You've asked me to like give you advice in your video. Like I'm gonna tell you like what I really think, and I want to make sure it doesn't hurt your feelings." And like as a creator, like that's what you need to hear. You want to be able to
Mhm.
see like get that constructive feedback so you can be better. I don't want to say Maz tore apart my video, um, because he could have been like, this is completely ass, but he like pointed out the good stuff and the bad stuff, and I genuinely took all of that as such like I think my content has benefited from it so much better. He's like, some of the clips last a little bit too long. I'm like, okay, so I shortened down my clips a bit. I think the biggest thing was he was like, all right, dog, let me tell you something. Kevin McLeod, he did great things, but it's time to move on.
Yeah,
So
that's like old
it's
school once people hear him.
exactly, yeah. And again, I think back then, like a year ago, I didn't realize it, but now, like if I like see somebody who makes a video who has a Kevin McLeod song, I'm just like, ooh, like they're outdated, or like it to me, it like kind of almost like lessens the quality because it's like, oh, they're using sound effects or like music from like 2014,
Hmm.
right? So I think that was like really helpful. And again, no one, at least that I've engaged with, majority of people that you ask to critique your stuff, they're not, if they agree to it, they're not there to tear your shit apart to like make sure that you never come back to content creating. Like they critique it because it's their honest opinion. They want to see it better.
I think it's because most people like same reason why Maz asked like if it's okay to like tear it apart. It's because people just kind of want the ego boost. They think like they're doing amazing work,
Yeah.
and they want you to be like, just tell me this is great. Like they
Yeah.
just want the validation. And realistically, there's always something you can improve on.
Exactly. And I think like again, it's good to hear those things. Like again, I've had that where people are just like, can you critique or like just like what do you think of my video? And something like I remember like somebody asked me to what they thought of their video, and I was like, it's really good. One thing though I would recommend is that before you post, make sure all your subtitles are the right colors to the right people that you've assigned them to, and make sure there's no spelling or grammatical errors. It's a small thing, but like for someone like me, it like kind of breaks the immersion where I'm like, oh, like that's not even the like at all the right word, or like
Mm-hmm.
the right spelling. Like you threw a Z into favorite. Like where does that go? And this person was just like I think it was a very isolated instance because this guy's crazy, but it was just like, oh well, like fuck you. Like I work so hard on my videos. I'm just like,
that guy.
yeah, I'm just like, dude,
Okay.
like if you didn't want to, if you wanted to hear something that you like wanted to hear, don't ask me to critique your video. Like if you wanted to say, did you like my video? Say yeah, but don't like.
And that's the main reason why people do it. They just want the ego boost and the validation. They
Yeah.
don't like they don't want to be told that they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Even if it's literally like, hey man, you literally just forgot to add a clip here. It's just black space.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. It's
literally
like
like rough fit.
yeah, it was artistic design, dude. It's like an
Yeah.
intermission in a play. Yeah, no, it's
That's what the
it's
pause button's for.
yeah, it's like I don't know.
just how people work.
Exactly, and I think this leads into the final question, that we have. That there, to me, is like one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give to a creator, small or like big. Be able to take criticism and adapt your content to be ready to make your content better. Always be open to making your content better, and don't be so rigid. Like that would be like one of the biggest pieces of advice that I would give. That and like, don't be so focused on the numbers. Enjoy the ride. Like so Rectrixx, I guess, like, and Swagger, you can hop in on this as well. Like what would be any tips that you would have for any new creators that are starting out, or even some creators who've been doing this for quite some time?
Main thing I know a lot of people struggle with is change. People hate change,
Mm-hmm.
but I think for a lot of creators, they should be like, I always say like you should always be more fearful to not change than to change.
Yeah.
Being like stuck in the same loop is always the worst, especially when like things are changing. If Wildcat and like the crew was still doing Gmod videos to this day, they wouldn't be where they are.
Yeah.
And like a lot of those, like, you know, you kind of have to like adapt with the trends and move and like, you know, learn. But for smaller crews, it's really just like at this point, it's just kind of like enjoy it. There's so many, I don't know, like even when I saw like the Twitch strike thing where it tells you what to stream and when to stream and like et cetera, et cetera. And like in some cases, it's like, you know, it's good to like kind of like know when to stream.
Yeah.
But regardless of like what hour you're streaming, there's always going to be competition. And like, especially if you're just starting, like, who the fuck cares? Like, are you gonna play like, you know, if I go on Twitch Strike right now, it's gonna be like, Mario Nintendo 64 is like great to play right now. Like, who the fuck wants to play that right now? You know,
Yeah.
like don't force yourself to play games just because you think like
It'll
it's gonna
get you
bring you
views.
success.
Yeah.
It's not really like worth it. It locks you into certain communities that you're not gonna want to be a part of. You're just not gonna enjoy any of it.
Yeah.
So like just starting, you just kind of have to enjoy the ride, see if you enjoy it, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously you have to invest a little into it. A lot of people that just expect money from it, you know, just
Just by
like
being on the internet.
expect to go years without money. Like
Yeah.
I didn't get my first check from YouTube until May of last year.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Twitch check as well, like roughly around the same time. So like
Yeah.
you just have to expect to not earn anything from it and still be able to like willing to put like the effort in. It's just
Yeah.
how it is. If you really want to stand out and grow, just do unique content, but obviously that's, you know,
Yeah.
find your niche.
It's definitely a grind. Like again, like for me, it took me a year to hit affiliate, of like streaming pretty consistently, because that's just the nature of it. And like I think too many people give it up, because they don't knock it out of the park within 6 months, right? Again, you've been creating for 4 or 5 years, and like
Yeah.
I've been creating since I was in high school, so I was like 6 or 7 years ago. If you do what makes you happy and you're enjoying the ride, it doesn't seem as long. I've so much enjoyed my time on Twitch that it doesn't like, it shocks me when I've been told that I've been streaming for 3 years, because it doesn't seem like it, because again, I didn't play Call of Duty, I didn't play League of Legends. I played like small little niche games that I built my community around, and I had fun. If I wanted to like really reach a larger audience, I'd play League, but I'd be miserable at it. And what good would that do me?
So instead, you play zombies and you.
And I get
you
mad at
call
that,
shot.
but that's for a different reason.
Yeah, people can see through it too, though. People
Exactly.
can see, like, I think a lot of creators don't really like, kind of realize when like other people can just see right through the act now. It's gotten like too like like maybe like in prior years when it wasn't as normal, but now it's just kind of it's so obvious to like tell when you're like faking shit for content or
Yeah.
kind of like blowing shit up for content or
Yeah.
just not enjoying things. You can tell when someone's enjoying something.
Yeah, and like we've told our audience so many times, like they're like, oh, can you guys go back to playing GTA? Like we love when you play GTA or like Shell Shock. Shell Shock was a big game that we used to play, and like we'll be like straight up like we're taking a break from it for like a few months. Like we realize that you want to see it, but it's not gonna be the content that you're gonna want to see because we're like done with this game, or like we're tired of it, or we're trying something else.
I would say one of the most important things you can do as a content creator is stay consistent with uploads and streaming, because like a lot of it can be luck starting off, but if you're not consistent, you're not going to keep those views, you're not going to keep that engagement, you're going to lose people. Like for instance, on my latest video I put up, one of the people who had just like been new from the last two videos I put up was like, dude, it's been a long time, like bruh. And I was like, yeah. So if you're not consistent, you're gonna end up losing the people that you did end up finding you,
Yeah.
and it just tanks your reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, consistency definitely matters. Like
Yeah.
more than like I mean I think that's the first step that a lot of creators will always give you. Is basically just be like um be consistent, have
Yeah.
a schedule.
And to build on that, like to me, to tag onto that, I guess, with consistency, it's important to not like to find a schedule that's comfortable with you. Or like don't like come out and be like, I'm gonna upload every day because like that's what Ludwig or whatever does every day, right? It's like, well, no, like either you're not gonna have enough content, you're not gonna have enough time, it's not your full-time job. Like if you can, go for it. But like don't stretch yourself too thin, and like don't feel something that like it's gonna stress you out, or like, you know what I mean? Or like you're gonna fall short of, essentially, you know?
Yeah, it's in like a time now where you kind of have to have like the perfect balance of quality and quantity.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be quality over quantity, and then it became quantity over quality. But now it's like it's
Balancing
both.
back out.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to like upload consistently, but it also has to be good content. And
Yeah.
like for like a lot of like when you're looking at like Ludwig uploading daily, he's like he's not doing any of the editing.
Yeah, he's got a team behind him.
Like 90% of the people that do like daily shit have someone behind them.
For sure. I
It's
don't
like
think it'd
they
be
have
possible otherwise.
No. They stream for like 6 to 7 hours, and for them to get off that to like edit instantly.
Mm.
It's insane. And then also do like social networking and all that.
And then have a
and then
life
being
outside of it. Be a person, eat, you know.
yeah, which most streamers don't do, but
Yeah. Unless you're Mark Zuckerberg, most people require rest, sleep, and water.
He just
Mhm.
plugs in.
Yeah, shout out Mark Zuckerberg. Can we get him on the podcast, please? Can he just like teleconference in, but like actually, because he can be anywhere.
He's on the moon, just like,
yeah.
hey, what's up?
Mark Zuckerberg is the Matrix. I want to make that known.
Awesome, Moose. Good luck. Good luck with the description of this video. Trying to put everyone's plugs in here, considering how many people we've mentioned.
It's gonna be a time. We'll figure it out. So I guess with that, we'll wrap things up. So Rectrixx, obviously, it was a great time having you out here, man. We're really glad that you could make some time to meet with us, and it was a lot of fun, man.
no worries.
We hope you had a good
Yes.
time.
It was.
We'd love to have you on again in the future if you're open to it.
We'll see how the future goes. Obviously,
Yeah.
see where I am, see where you guys are.
Got to marry to the hustle.
Hopefully not in a ditch. Anyways.
Yeah,
I mean,
hopefully.
day by day, right? It's been such a great time just getting to know you, getting to have you on and then talk to you and ask you all these questions. I think we covered a lot of bases, learned a lot today, and yeah. Rectrixx, did you wanna say any parting words?
Shit.
Caught
Nah,
me
I'm
off
not really good
guard.
at parting words.
Smoke.
Rectrixx
My
Smoke
parting words for
1
streams are just
shit.
plugging myself. 'Cause I'm a fucking ego machine.
Well,
but,
plug yourself right here. Drop it.
shit, dude. Help me hit 30K. That's what I always say.
There you go.
Fucking desperate.
Hey, yo, Moose, you're 100 subs. Let's get him up to.
Yeah, 30K subs and Rectrixx will have sex on a couch. That's the marker.
Leather couch.
Leather
Leather
couch.
couch.
That's the condition. Damn, look at that. What do you? I want to see what you do for 50K.
2 leather couches.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can step it up.
On a cow, straight to the source.
Just keep going back.
Yeah.
You pick out the cow yourself. Like, yeah, that's the one.
I like that one. He's dead in the eyes. But yeah, man, it's been an absolute time. Hopefully that our scuffness didn't turn you away for us for too
No,
long.
you're good, man.
And yeah,
Don't
man.
worry, don't worry.
Shout out Rectrixx. Obviously, all of his links to his Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube will all be down below as well. And join the igloo. It's a great time.
Appreciate it as well.
It's a real fun time. It's always cool. Like I'll run by your server and it's the voice mod, like the
igloo.
No, the voice, like the voice channels are always being used, and like the engagement there is really impressive. So
yeah,
congrats on that for cultivating that. And yeah, this has been one of the most interesting podcasts that we've had. Ironically, I think we leveled back the scuffness. I don't know how we did that, but
don't worry, I kept myself under control today.
After every podcast, we're normally like, this is the most scuffed one, but this one was good. This one had a good balance of scuffed and actual podcast. No one took their socks off this time, so that's a step up from the last episode.
Socks were already off.
Oh no! Again, Rectrixx, it's been an absolute blast. We're so happy you got a chance to sit down with us, and we're very grateful for that. And for all you out there, we hope you did enjoy this episode of the podcast, and we'll see you all in the next episode. This is us, the Shower Brew crew, and Rectrixx signing off. Take it easy, guys. Peace.